beautiful souls, welcome to the channel, welcome back if you've been here before. I'm the Urban Seer, your guide to love, destiny and manifesting the life you desire. And in today's pick a card reading, we're going to be focusing on predictions for the next 3 months for you. A simple but powerful 3-card spread with 1 card for each month to give you insight into what's coming your way. I'm using the Wheel of Fortune as our deciding card from each deck. The Wheel of Fortune to me is all about change and movement and where the energy is shifting for you. So this feels very fitting for this reading. Group number 1, we have the tarot deck Medicine Woman tarot deck. And in this deck, the Wheel of Fortune is called the Harvest card. It's a beautiful deck. It's very gentle, it's very spiritual, and it's super positive as well. So if you're drawn to that, take a moment obviously to look at each image. Group number 2, we have the deck Every Little Thing You Do Is Magic, and we have the Wheel of Fortune from there. Very kind of modern graphic design kind of images, but very unique and quirky. Group number 3, this is the Modern Witch Tarot deck. Very direct messages, modern as the name would suggest, straight to the point, shoot from the hip kind of a deck I always find when I read it. So take a moment, breathe, trust your intuition, which card is calling to you, and that's the one meant for you. And you will find the link to your reading in the description box below. But let's dive in. Love and light. Hey group number 1, welcome to your reading. I've already shuffled and pulled your cards. You chose the beautiful deck, the Medicine Woman tarot deck. But let's dive in. This is the next 3 months. Whenever this is a timeless reading, so it's just whenever this reading has found you, this is the next 3 months from this point. Okay, so let's dive into month 1. And we have the card, the 6 of Stones. So stones, if we think of the traditional deck, is very similar to Pentacles. So it's ruled by the element of earth. And we see this person here who looks to me always when I see this card as a sifting for gold. So this can be literally about finances and finances becoming more balanced, because when we see a 6, this is about reciprocity. This is about returning to balance. So this is the focus of the first month for you. For those where finances is not really your focus, that's not really an issue or something that needs to balance, it can be about nonetheless more money coming in. But it can be about a situation just wherever that you have felt there has been an imbalance, something is out of whack. Then this is really in this first month focusing on maybe managing how much you're giving to this situation, a situation that you have perhaps maybe been given too much to, okay, and not risk getting this back, be it from a person, a place, a thing. You know, take whatever circumstance. This is a general reading, so take whatever applies to your situation. Something though where I feel like you felt overextended, because there's a darkness here in the background. The moon is there. It is, the moon has its presence. It's almost like spirit is here for you, supporting you, trying to guide you. But maybe it has been a struggle. Maybe it's brought you to some dark places, emotionally, mentally, physically, even when we give too much. This came up in another reading about the discussion around balance, and if we're out of balance, and this ushers in some kind of dis-ease. Yeah. So the first month, group number 1, please do continue to focus on where you're giving your energy to, who you're giving your energy to. Sift for that gold, sift for what feeds you, and where your value is appreciated. And there's a stillness to this card as well. So it's not like about a ton of action or anything particularly that you need to do. I feel it's more like a month of introspection, being quite measured in what you do, being, because they're not rushing off and again give into a situation, working yourself into the ground, because it feels like this situation, with it being kind of a river as well, it will take whatever you give to it, okay, and it will just, it's kind of endless how much that you could give to this. So let's be mindful about situations that we're given to, people that we're given to, and actually take a cold hard look at what we're getting back. And maybe there's places where we can protect ourselves, where we can pull our energy back to us. Yeah, so let's move on to month 2. Ace of Bowls, and this is a much more fulfilling, softer energy when we move into month 2. Okay, so maybe this hard work pays off, that we have managed to move into balance if you can do that work, and this is almost the reward of being very conscientious and managing your energy. Then we have this Ace of Bowls, which is like a new beginning of sorts, a fresh start, a new way to interact with someone or with a situation. So say if it was work, for example, it's like an opportunity to approach this differently. If it's a person, it's a whole new way of kind of interacting with them that feels so much more uplifted and positive. Spirit is now this represents Spirit here is now smiling down on this situation, is happy with the results. Their heart is warmed by seeing that someone is getting to drink from the cup when it's what I see is someone is getting to drink from the cup when it's kind of their turn. This person is kind of waiting and is maybe in a giving position, and then it's almost like that they'll change positions, yeah, that this will switch. So there's this give and take, but it's a whole new way of being and interacting with this Ace. For many of you, this can be a particular individual. Just with this Ace of Bowls, it may be in the area of love and romance, and then it's this opportunity to really kind of get this connection back on track. But tell what resonates. It's just a much more settled, much more content feeling. So that hard work really is worth putting in this month 1, because look where it leads us, to a much more positive place. And then let's see where this kind of new beginning and loving fresh start takes us, group number 1, with this month 3. And then we have Exemplar of Arrows, which is fantastic. This is when we get more movement, positive direction. You see this woman here, they're with a child. This can just mean that either that what it speaks to me about is actually protecting your inner child, protecting our inner tender selves, which we've done through doing the work of managing our energy and balancing this relationship, this situation. Yeah, then it's like, okay, now we can get on track. We have to me, this is like a buffalo, which talks about abundance. We're moving into a much more abundant state because we've got the balance right. We've got a map here, so we now have a map to follow, guidelines, some structure. Yeah, it becomes clear about what we need to do and where we can move to. And Arrows is ruled by the element of fire. It's all about action, movement. We really begin to pick up pace and make progress in this situation, group number 1. That's why it was so essential to get this right, because this is a very still card here in month 1. But by doing that work at the very start, it's like laying the foundations, okay? Because if that's wrong, then nothing really good or positive is gonna take us to some places that we don't want to go to if the foundation isn't right. But here we are in the third month, because we've done that. We're on track. We're in a positive place. Look how exuberant this kind of card is. And with it being an exemplar as well, that's someone who has knowledge, who has power, who has certainty, and is very clear about the direction that you want to go in. So be with it's like in career, it's like you are in a place to propel forward. In a relationship, if that's been right, you're in a place to really begin to move forward together. So we end on a very positive note. And that's your reading, group number 1. I hope it resonated for you. If it did, please do give me a thumbs up. Leave any comments down below. It's always lovely to hear from you. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, so you'll be notified for all future uploads. But wishing you all the best in the next 3 months, group number 1. Love and light. Hey group number 2, welcome to your reading. So I've shuffled and pulled your cards already. You chose the wonderful deck, Every Little Thing You Do Is Magic Wheel of Fortune card. This very intriguing and unusual deck. Now this is a timeless read, so it's just the next 3 months. Whenever this reading finds you is when you are meant to hear these messages. Okay, so let's dive in. This is month number 1. We have a major arcana and we have the moon card. So a powerful month. A powerful month with potential for change. Something, what comes straight to mind and what comes through as a message from spirit is something will be illuminated. There's something that's been worrying you, stirring up. When we see the moon, it's like that something has been hidden, something hasn't come to light. Something is, you feel it almost in your bones before it is revealed to you. Okay, and it can, understandably, because the picture isn't clear, what we fill it with naturally as humans is our fears and insecurities. Yeah, we all do it really. If there's a vacuum, if there's an empty space there, something is unclear, the path, humans, some more than others, but like to know what's coming next. It makes us feel safe. It makes us feel secure. That's completely natural. So this first month is a process of managing these feelings, these fears and anxieties, by doing the things that keep us grounded, by trying as best we can to be comfortable with the uncomfortable as well. And it's something very empowering about getting comfortable within the not knowing of a situation, because really we can kind of have a structure and have an idea of how things we would like them to go, yeah, but really in reality, the twists and turns of life, the expression God laughs at our plans is actually truer than ever. And the security that we need is really found in having trust and faith in ourselves, by being introspective, by having that grounded, centered, still, calm place inside of us. Okay, and going back to that as often as we can through meditation, through journaling, through mindfulness, whatever you do, exercise, even whatever you do to ground yourself, work on that. And also with this moon card is the promise that something will come to light. So that thing that you may already have a sense of, or it may be happening in the coming month, that gets us in our fears and gets us feeling insecure, by the end of this month, the moon will have illuminated that. So there's also the promise of having more knowledge and information that's been missing will come to you. So try to trust and keep the faith in this first month, group number 2. Let's move on to month 2. And there we go. Once we have the information, we have the Apprentice of Wands. So we can then put this into action. We can then move forward. Wands is the element of fire. So it's all about action, movement, change, kicking up the dust. As there isn't much that we could do here, okay? Because we didn't know what direction. We didn't have all the information. We didn't know which direction to head in. Truly, we were groping in the dark, managing our fears. But by month 2, there is a light that's been shone on this. If you see all the warmth, we see it's like the daytime, yeah, the lights have been turned on. And the Apprentice of Wands is also, though, about, comes with a caveat, I feel, with this, because in this particular deck as well, because the Apprentice of Wands is all about movement, change, action, but then ironically it's depicted by a snail. Now a snail is obviously known for being very slow moving, so this comes to me as like a caveat of almost caution. And with it being an apprentice as well, this is when we need to assess the situation. So it's like we've got the information now, the lights are on, we are going to move, this is going to instigate movement and change. So this can be in whatever area has been getting you in your fields, like this with the moon, okay? A relationship, work, money, career, whatever is at the forefront of your kind of heart and mind. Take what resonates with this group number 2, okay? But anyway, back to this, the Apprentice of Wands, that movement, it is going to happen. We are going to begin to move forward. But let's just make sure that, you know, we have all our ducks in a row before we set off, okay? It can be tempting once we have knowledge and the lights are on, so to speak, to then just kind of fly off and begin to make movement and action. Take a beat, okay? And make sure that you are clear on where you're going, really, okay? And that you're heading off in the right direction, because I don't want you to just zoom off, is what I feel like. So just take a beat, take a moment, check that we're not rushing, check that we're not just so relieved that this stagnation and insecurity is over that we just jump in, you know, out of the fire into the frying pan. Just take a beat, okay? The movement and change will happen inevitably, but let's just make sure that we're going at a good pace and we're making good decisions. Third month, group number 2, what does this bring? Then we get to consolidate all of that. If we can take that beat, take that time, then the Oracle of Pentacles, this is very similar to the Queen of Pentacles in the traditional deck. It's a beautiful, abundant card, and to me it a card of consolidation in this reading. It's a card of abundance. It's also a card of stability, of really being able to grow and build a life. Okay, so feeling much more settled from where we started. Okay, so if there's a situation that situation, which, like I say, you may know of now, or it may be coming in soon, that is very important to you, is what I feel, and it's something that you want settled, you want done. It makes you restless and frustrated that it's like you maybe feel like you can't get it right, or it just won't seem to come together. The movement that you want just has been missing. And this is where in the next 3 months where we see change in that situation that is bothering you in that way. And the Oracle of Pentacles is someone who is, like I say, is settled, is comfortable in their own skin, is comfortable in their situation, knows where they're going, has a kind of sense of purpose, a groundedness. We see this, the reward of this beautiful honey that has been produced from hard work, the positive results gained from sticking in with this group number 2, whatever it is that you're sticking in with, and riding out the fear and getting comfortable with the unknown, taking a beat so that we know that we're going in the right direction. And here we land amongst the flowers with this Oracle of Pentacles, abundant, full, it can be about financial abundance as well for some of you, if you're needing and working towards a financial breakthrough. So it can be on like a practical level, because Pentacles is where we meet the world. So to do with work, career, money for some of you. But others, it may be a relationship that finally there is like some kind of commitment and resolution, routine, settlement. You can begin to actually build a life together. Take what resonates for you, group number 2. But that was your reading, and a really positive, wonderful note to end on. So I hope this reading resonated for you. If it did, please do give me a thumbs up, leave any comments down below. It's always great to hear from you, and please do consider subscribing if you haven't already, to be notified for all future uploads. Wishing you all the best in the next 3 months, if I can speak, group number 2. Love and light. Hey group number 3, and welcome to your reading. So I've shuffled and pulled your cards already. We have obviously a card for each month, and this is a timeless reading, so it's just whenever you find this reading, these messages are meant for you from 3 months from this point onwards. Okay, but let's dive into month number 1 and what's that bringing through for you, group number 3. We have the wonderful Knight of Pentacles. So we are going to be making some significant progress in this first month in an area. So this is a general reading, your group number 3. So it's wherever you have been putting your effort and energy when I see this, okay? So for some of you, because it is Pentacles, this can be in the area of money, career, that kind of area where we've wanted to have some kind of breakthrough, see some kind of results. But it's not restricted to that, okay? Just because it's Pentacles, it doesn't mean it has to be, and there's gold coin here. This is just about it becoming tangible, that you have some kind of tangible proof, almost is what it feels like, of a reward of the growth of where you've been focusing your energy. Now the Knight of Pentacles is not a fast mover. They move at their own pace, so it may require some continued patience on your part, but try not to let that throw you off the kind of speed of this situation. Don't see that because this is really hard to do, okay, but for many of us, and this sort of how we operate, in this world now, everything moves so fast. So try not to take the slow movement of this as something negative, as something that it's not happening as it should, bringing up fears and doubts when, we have a lull, things go quiet, and it's going at this kind of slow, steady pace. Don't take that as a negative thing, okay? It's just, this is how the Knight of Pentacles operates. They have a very conscientious energy, okay? They move forward in the direction that is meaningful to them, has purpose. This is real, this is grounded. So know that the progress that you are making is real, genuine, grounded in reality. You're laying a fantastic foundation, and by the end of this first month though, you will be holding in your hand something, I keep hearing this, something that feels like proof of movement and change that you wanted. So your bank balance increases, some kind, if it's a relationship, some kind of commitment that you say move in together or something like that, a tangible event that is evidence. That's a kind of better way of describing it rather than proof. It's evidence of the change that you wanted to see. So starting off strong, starting off great. Let's move on to month number 2. And then we have the Knight of Wands. So this is when things actually do begin to pick up speed. The Knight of Wands is ruled by the element of fire, and this is about quick change. This has a different kind of speed to it, a different kind of energy. So it's a nice thing to let's start off with laying the foundation, and then it's like we are going to go up a few gears, okay? So be ready in month 2. Things are then going to move fast, and you won't be worried about the change and the slow movement at all at this point, group number 3, okay? One's all about action, passion, fiery energy, okay? We see this knight here who is charging ahead, okay? Flaming orange hair, orange horse. It's all that kind of, it's like you'll need to catch a breath to keep up in this second month, okay? So remember that as well when we're in this first month, that you know it's not always going to be like this as well. There is almost we see here like a 180, yeah. Then the third month, let's see what this brings group number 3. Awesome. Then we get to with the Queen. I love this progression from the Knights to then the Queen. We get to consolidate. Sorry, that is my cat. I will just have to pause 1 second. Sorry about that. We're back. So with the Queen, the continuation, so we are ascending and progressing to the next level when we see the Queen. The Queen, we consolidate whatever we've been working on, okay? And with the Queen as well, the Queen of Wands in particular is very magnetic, she is a natural born leader, okay? Wands, so more fire. We need to really embrace this in this third month, so don't shy away from this, all this progress that we've made, okay? So we've been patient, we've put in the hard work, then we've ridden the exciting wave of the second month of this fast moving energy. The third month is when we get to sit on our throne and we get to embody and begin to live the changes that we've made, if that makes sense, okay? Then it's like we step in to the Queen of Wands energy. Queen of Wands as well is very much like she sets the tone. Whenever we see a queen or a king, it's up to you really to set the tone then about how you want things to go, okay? So don't shy away, drop the ball, kind of back down in month 3, okay? We need to push on, and there's this feeling that I'm getting where it's like we need to step up, okay? We're no longer a knight, we're now a queen. It's like you've been, you know, someone's put a crown on your head, so to speak. So it's a level of success, a level of, you've gotten what you've wanted. You've gotten the outcome that you want. So the relationship, the job, the money, the success, it's like it's happened and you've arrived. The crown has been put on your head, and now it's like we have to embody the queen, okay? We have to step up and step into this role, expand, evolve, embrace this power of getting what we want, that we work so hard for. Because often we can be so focused on push, you know, and being in a position of trying to make something happen or put in the effort and stay in that energy of working towards something, and then we get what we want, and it can be actually quite challenging to get used to that and step into that. So again, be ready to step up in month 3. It's all waiting for you, group number 3. It's like a play-by-play account, you know. It's very kind of a simple, direct, which is actually what I like about these cards, but it just kind of says it how it is. This is what's happening, then this, then that. It's like an ABCs of progress in many ways, all leading to a really fantastic place. So I hope this resonated for you, group number 3. If it did, please do give me a thumbs up, leave any comments down below. Please do consider subscribing if you haven't already, to be notified for all future uploads. But wishing you all the best in the next 3 months. Love and light.